In today's episode, permit me to take you into this journey where Fanema Semula has exposed the ANC, has exposed the Minister of Police, has exposed Mr. General Shadrack Spear. Now, for you to understand all of this, I'm gonna need to make it make sense to you to the best of my ability. So allow me this time. Lend me your ears and let me do my job. Now, on the 6th of July 2025, it was on a Sunday when Mkhwanazi in his press briefing revealed that the political task team was abandoned or was disbanded illegally. Showed that it proved that the disbandment of this unit was motivated by the friends who were gonna be arrested, the friends to the minister. I'm gonna bring that proof. After that, he went to Spear and gave us the idea that General Spear, took those dockets which had names of people that were supposed to be arrested. It is in the office, it is safe. Do you remember that? Spear comes on the media and say how much Mkhwanazi was lying. No problem. We listen. We don't judge. How? It turns out that Mkhwanazi was right. Fanema Semula. Mkhwanazi says, I'm sorry man, Spear said, yes, this thing, it was disbanded, but the person who disbanded this unit was not the Minister of Police, but rather it was the Commissioner, Fanema Semula. I have the letter. Fanema Semula had a press briefing today, the 9th of July 2025. He confirms that I did not sign any of those shenanigans. I've never signed a single letter of disbandment of that unit. Who is lying? All right, I'll take you on a journey. Don't worry, I'm gonna read the letter. We have the letter today. It was never signed by the commissioner. It was signed by the minister himself. So who is lying and who is telling the truth? Don't worry. Hey, Mkhwanazi. He said something very interesting, but let's start where Mkhwanazi started. How all of these things started. It started here.
On the 31st of December 2024, the Minister of Police, Mr. Mchunu, issues a letter to disband the political killings task team and to suspend the filling of vacancies within crime intelligence. In January, February, and April this year, the Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection, Lieutenant General Spear, issued written instructions withdrawing all these cases from the task team to his office. On the 14th of May this year, 2025, the task team arrested Vusi Muzi, who is also known as Cat Matlala, for an attempted murder ×3. I must highlight that this Mr. Vusi Muzi Cat Matlala is an individual who was awarded a police contract of over 360 million rand in 2024. An analysis was conducted on electronic communication of this arrested person. This analysis reveals communication between the arrested Vusimus at Ket Matlala, Mr. Brown Mokhotsi, an associate of the Minister of Police, as well as the Minister of Police, Mchunu.
Okay, allow me, give me time, I'll take you on this journey, man. So it moves from that. On that very same day, which is the 6th of July 2023, Mr. General Shadrack Spear was on the news. He went to SAPC and as well as Newsroom Africa. He rebut everything that was said by Mkhwanazi. He's saying that Mkhwanazi is a liar, he's a disobedient, he doesn't listen to people. He's got the letter is in front of him. The letter has the signature of the commissioner. The unit was disbanded. That's what he said, not me. He said it here.
He's saying what he's saying, and I can tell you that he doesn't know what he's talking about. To start with, the political task team, upon receiving a letter from the national commissioner, not from the minister, it is a national commissioner, Fani Masemola, who wrote me a letter telling me what he wants done and by when, not the minister. I received a letter from the national commissioner that says he wants this by this date. Ours was to implement. Secondly, they were requested to, according to the way the national commissioner instructed, to make sure that those documents are brought to the detectives since they belong in the detective space.
Aibo, as if that was not enough, after he has screamed his lungs out, telling us about how much Mkhwanazi is corrupt, how much Mkhwanazi is a disobedient, we listened and we did not judge. Turns out that our listening capacity has been somehow disrespected. Our patience. Some people need to come in account. I'm not saying anything. Those who calls me, those who hate me in the South African Police Service, you know yourself. I'm not going to say your names. Not about that today. So it turns out that Mkhwanazi was telling the truth. Because someone said, no. It is not the minister that disbanded the unit. It is who? Masemola, the national commissioner. Oi, Masemola, today, the 9th of July 2025, Masemola had a press briefing. And journalists had a very interesting question to ask. Masemola, what's up? What is happening about the political task team, the dockets, and. You know his answer. Very simple, basic, and fundamental. Guess what he says? He says, I bring that letter to see if my signature is there. Never signed such a letter. Oi, you want to accuse me and say, Bohan, where's the evidence of him saying that? Don't worry.
The other question
Here's the
is,
evidence.
what is the status of the political killings task team? Did the National Commissioner authorize the closure of the units?
Well, I'm sure you have not seen any letter that I've signed to close the unit. I have not signed it, and I don't think anybody have ever seen a letter where I've signed off the closure of the unit.
This reminds me, you know, the war that is happening. It reminds me, a wise man once said, there can never be peace between criminals and police. Not me. A wise man once said that. Not me. We are coming to those wise words. We are coming to those wise words. The words of a wise man. Mina ningangifaki, ningachinte, mina akusho next. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you a letter. So, guys, listen, guys. So, listen, there's a letter, guys, that was written. I don't know whether it was written by criminals or it was written by police, but I do know that I have the letter here. So, it says, the letter says, Dear General Masemola, Dear General Masemula, directives of matter relating to crime intelligence, port of entry, and political killing task team. I trust this correspondence finds you well. Okay, I trust that this correspondence finds you well in this festive season. In the past few months, the end of this year, 2024, I've made observation on a number of important aspects on the SAPS policing. For purposes of this letter, I'm focusing on the three aspects that require a very urgent attention to address some of the changes at hand. Number one, filling of post in the intelligence division. He then say, all processes to fill vacant posts in the division should be halted immediately. This applies to all posts in province, including those of provincial heads of intelligence that are currently vacant. It also implies to all posts currently vacant at head office. This should be the position until a substantive discussion between the minister and the national commissioner take place sometimes early next year. 2. Port of entry. It is common cause that all South Africans' port of entry are managed by Border Management Authority, with SAPS playing critical role in the same space, which cannot be overemphasized. In line with this role, SAPS personnel impact and efficiency should be reviewed from time to time with an object of enhancing their role in improving security in the country's ports of entry. In terms of Section 207(2), direct that you develop a new plan in this regard and present it to the ministry. Okay, let's jump now. Now, I want to jump straight into the most important point. Now, like I said, I don't know between criminals and police who wrote this letter. I don't know, but I do know that there was a letter that was written. So don't ask me who amongst the two who wrote the letter. Don't ask me that. But another thing that I do know and I'm certain about is the fact that on that very same letter, point number 3 says political killing task team. In 2009, a directive was made to the National Commissioner of Policing following the Moraid Commission report. Even though not flowing directly from such an interministerial task force be established, the key mandate was to stop, investigate, resolve and unresolved matters of politicians in the country, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. My observation in regard is, as indicated above, is that further existence of this team is no longer required, nor it is adding any value to the policing in South Africa. I therefore direct that the political killing task team be disestablished immediately. Further, that preliminary report in the regard to be submitted to the minister by the 20th of January 2025. The final and the closing report must be submitted to the Ministry Management Executive Committee meeting late 2025, the date which will be communicated. Now, I'm interested to see who signed there. Guess who signed it? Minister of Police, MRES Mchunu, MP. 31st of December 2025, 31st of December 2024. A wise man once said, there was a time where somebody tried to reconcile two people who were fighting. This wise man said, on the left was a criminal, on the right was a police. And the wise man said, at the end of that meeting of reconciling, these two group of people, or two individuals that represent two groups of people. He said, the wise man, at the end of this, there was no understanding between the two. In his observation and his own words, the wise man, he said this:
The Minister of Police invited and facilitated the peace talk between myself, the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, and the Deputy National Commissioner, Lieutenant General Spear, in his office, in his house, State House, official residence in Pretoria. The purpose of the invitation was to try and create peace between myself and the Deputy National Commissioner. It was unprecedented, I've never seen in my life. The National Commissioner was present, but he just kept quiet because it was not his meeting. The Minister of Police felt that he must make me and General Spear to find peace. Surely, there can never be peace between a criminal and the police officer.
I don't know. I'm a man born under sin, subject to correction. I literally don't know. Ukuthi kahle ubana wa lawyer ANC, because ANC, the first thing they thought about when Mkhwanazi revealed this was, let's defend, guys, soldiers, take a position, let's defend. Then they went on a defensive mood, and then they started towards Mkhwanazi. When they realized that, there are a lot of soldiers fighting with Mkhwanazi. They were like, Tina, we were not fighting. It's just that we were just playing. Abu Mbalula came and said, no, people misunderstand me. We didn't misunderstand you. We heard you. We heard what you said. Don't think that, Tina, we are Mamparas. No, Baba, no, SG. We heard you. When you saw that the heat is too much, we heard you. We heard you. So, the decision is yours. Make your own judgment. I don't know who is the criminal. I don't know who is the police. But I do know that these two groups, there's one that is lying and the other one is telling the truth. You have your own. I'm saying to you, between me and you, there can never be peace between me and people who are not yet subscribed in my YouTube channel, who are not liking the video, who are not commenting, who are not sharing this video. There can never be peace between me and such a human being. And I'm telling you now, there will never be peace between me and you unless you do the right thing. There will never be peace.